John, it's time to do the video. Oh. Okay, video 2, comments about project teaching. So you have experienced the critters. Wanted to talk a little bit more about that kind of project and maybe try to give you some ideas for some things that you can do. This summer I mentioned other project titles like Hay Fusions. I could talk about that. Weather watches, moon watches, growing earthworms, slime mold. There are lots of environmental qualities. Water testing, storm sewer flooding, all kinds of things. Maybe that lends itself to the science and it doesn't lend itself to the math. Math, I think some kind of problem-solving data collection would be an appropriate project for you. And I'm thinking about sports analysis. I read a study that in a professional football game, 60 minutes, there's action, players doing something 13% of the time. I think that compares drastically with soccer, in which players are doing something virtually 100% of the time. But in fact, you could propose a question in which we're going to analyze how much active time is there within various kinds of games, and then students collect data from the television with stopwatches and so forth to analyze that. There are all kinds of consumer projects that you can do. Credit card projects, how much stuff really costs. I shop at Randall's because I have a Randall's card and I look for the things on sale. And when the things on sale with the Randall's card are actually cheaper than Target, consumer shopping is a topic. Lunch counts. You can collect data on what students are really eating in your school cafeteria. Not you, your students. Energy audits. Compare incandescent bulb use versus compact fluorescent, and then equate that with the use of energy generated by solar panels. Assume that your school wanted to install solar panels. Well, what's that going to cost for the installation? What is the payback time? All kinds of things. You can always do something simple on the stock market. There are all kinds of problem-solving situations. Why do you do projects? Because they provide opportunities for kids to self-regulate. They get to choose. Intrinsic motivation comes from control, interest, and challenge. You give them a challenge, you give them some control over what they're going to do, and you give them, and you allow them to choose a topic that's going to be of interest to them. When teachers tell students what to do all the time, then in fact when they become independent and go off to college or assume their adult lives, they don't self-regulate. So this is about project teaching, making students active and putting them in charge. This is not something you do all the time. My model is make a sandwich. I'm going to have my day-to-day stuff going on in the classroom. You will see those kinds of lessons, skill lessons and learning cycle lessons later in this course, but what we want to do is also have a parallel project going on at the same time. Thank you very much. Talk to you in a minute.